Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews, and today we're talking about the classic movie, The Fog, which I'll get to in a second, and unfortunately I will be reviewing the remake, which I freaking don't even want to see, honestly, but it's over there. I'll have to watch it again. I haven't seen it in freaking forever. I honestly, like I said, don't even want to watch it, but for the sake of these reviews, I will watch The Fog remake. Now, The Fog is a film from 1980. It's 6.8. It's 6.8 on IMDb, and I'm actually surprised by it. I thought it was going to get a little bit higher than that. In my opinion, at least deserves a 7.0. Directed by John Carpenter, probably in my opinion one of the most perfect horror film directors out there. I mean, he's made so many good movies, and even outside the horror genre. I mean, he's made Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., which I heard was pretty bad, but some people actually like it. But from what I've heard, most people said it was a disappointing sequel, but he made those two films. He made Big Trouble in Little China, which I really enjoyed, and of course he's made stuff like he's made Assault on Precinct 13, Prince of Darkness. He also directed Christine from 1983, and he's also the director of In the Mouth of Madness, They Live, with Roddy Piper in it. Rest in peace to Roddy Piper, the WWE legend. And of course, he's directed all these cool films, and I'll be talking about probably one of my favorite films he's made, and that's out of a list of a lot of films that he's made that are great. Honestly, there's not too many John Carpenter films I don't like. I haven't seen all of them yet. I haven't, believe it or not, don't freak out, guys, but I have not seen Assault on Precinct 13 yet, which I know I should, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the Christine movie, which I know everybody's freaking out for me saying that. I haven't seen Christine. I haven't seen Prince of Darkness. I haven't even seen They Live. I haven't even seen Escape from New York or In the Mouth of Madness. So I got a lot of John Carpenter movies to watch. But I have seen The Fiend, Halloween, The Fog, and I read the book to Christine, which was pretty decent. But I haven't seen the movie yet. So yeah, a lot of John Carpenter movies I haven't seen yet, but from the ones I did see, this is probably one of my favorite ones he's made. Well, they're all three great movies, so I mean, so far John Carpenter has made three classics. So The Fog, probably one of my favorite horror films of all time, easily one of my favorite horror films of all time. And I do understand that there's a Scream Factory Blu-ray of this, which I do want to pick up. This is an actual decent cover. Not much to it, just a green fog and these people in the background. I remember the original poster was Jamie Lee Curtis holding the door shut, but a hand coming through the fog into the door, and it says The Fog. Pretty cool poster there. I believe you get that poster when you flip the paper, the cover, the Scream Factory cover over. You get that original poster. But The Fog, like I said, is a film from 1980, and it's a film with a very, very good story behind it. It's got great characters, great acting, and I don't know if I'd say this was a slasher film, but there's definitely people getting killed in it. I love the story. I love the idea behind The Fog, which is weird because growing up, when I used to go to Blockbuster, this was a while back because that was when Blockbuster was actually still a working, business and a thing. But I remember when I walked in Blockbuster, a lot would go there and re-rent horror movies. That's where I seen Hellraiser Bloodline at. A couple of Halloween films I seen from there. Friday the 13th films. We used to rent Friday the 13th all the time from Blockbuster and watch them. Child's Play 2 I seen from Blockbuster. A lot of movies I grew up with was me renting them, or my mom or my dad renting them from Blockbuster, and we watched the movies. And I always walk into Blockbuster and I'd see this and the remake to get like this side by side. And I used to think, was this a different version of the movie, because this looks pretty much the same as the cover to the remake, which pretty much the same as this, only a few different people, and it's more of a bluer. It's like a blue cover. So I used to see that on the shelf, and I used to be like, is that the same movie? I don't know if it's the same movie, but they look the same. But no, this is the original film, 1980, and that's the film from 2005, which probably is considered one of the worst remakes of all time. And honestly, guys, I started watching that film a while ago, and I did not like it from the very beginning. The acting sucked. The movie was very dull. The good thing about this movie, though, is the way the movie's shot. John Carpenter can handle these things in horror films. Characters, the way the film is shot, the soundtrack, the script, very good scripts behind his films, and well, that's pretty much it. Also, practical effects, at least in the horror films I've seen so far. I heard that They Live and a couple of other films he's done has practical effects as well, but he handles his effects well. His ideas, he handles his ideas well, and he's just a very well. He's just actually a very good director. Definitely one of the kings of horror. And in this film, I mean, you got a great storyline behind it. I mean, if you haven't seen The Fog yet, guys, I highly recommend you guys see this film because it's really well made. I really enjoy it. It's definitely a film that is a classic, and it's just watching it again because I watched it last night. I was it last night or was it the night before, but I did watch it recently. I think I did watch it last night, and the film is great. I love everything about the film. Great acting, memorable characters, good score. Grant, not as good as a score as say Halloween or The Thing. There's like maybe I don't know the main theme of the movie I definitely remember, and a couple of the ambient music I remember a little bit. So it's a decent score, but compared to Halloween and The Thing, not really as good as them, but still decent. The film is very well shot. The location is great. Antonio Bay, and I'll get to the storyline in a second, but just a really well made movie, classic. And if you guys have not seen The Fog yet, I recommend you guys get, probably I recommend you guys get the Blu-ray from Scream Factory, which I might upgrade to in a couple of years or so whenever I can find it for a cheap and, well, not cheap, but at least a decent price. I'll get that, and I might keep this DVD. I'm not sure because you got a new documentary and you got an older documentary from 1980. You got an audio commentary with John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, which I haven't listened to yet. You got storyboard to film comparisons, outtakes, advertising gallery, and linear notes by John Carpenter. Um, and that's about it. So it's a decent DVD. Not a lot of features. Well, a decent amount. I mean, you got two documentaries and a commentary. So, decent amount of features. I'll definitely give the commentary a listen to it one day. But basically, what this film is about is you've got these people living in Antonio Bay. You got these characters such as Stevie Wayne, the DJ for, what was it called? Antonio Bay. And she plays a lot of smooth jazz and a lot of smooth music. And of course, you got Jamie Lee Curtis in this film. And honestly, in this film, I can actually say that she did a little bit better than this and than in Halloween, because here she has a little bit more of a personality. I still really enjoy Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, but in here she had more of a personality. She's more of a fun character. She's joking around, having fun with the role. You've also got her mom, Janet Leigh, in this film playing Kathy Williams. Pretty much this girl getting everything organized together for this big, I guess there's some sort of grand opening or something like that, and she's getting everything set up for that. And you also got the girl from Halloween, what's her name? She played Annie in the original film. But she's pretty decent in here as well. I can't remember her name, but I do know that she was in Halloween. And she did a good job in this film. She's pretty much the assistant to the Kathy Williams character. She's walking around and Kathy goes, "You know what? You make some good decisions." But she's like, "You know what? You can be annoying sometimes, but you do make some good decisions," or something like that. Funny dialogue. That's what I mean, good dialogue behind the film. Of course, you got Tom Atkins in the film. Of course, he's from Halloween 3, the My Bloody Valentine remake, Creep Show. Been in a lot of films. And I'm a big fan of Tom Atkins, good actor in this film playing Nick Castle. And the thing I remember about this film being better than the remake is these two people, Jamie Lee Curtis and Tom Atkins characters, they have chemistry. You know, the way they interact with each other is very real, very natural, and it's very memorable because they're joking around in the car. Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty much a hitchhiker. She's gonna get a ride to the town, and she gets in the car. She says, "You're not weird, are you?" And he's like, Tom Atkins goes, "Yeah, I'm very weird." And she goes, "Oh, you're very weird. Thank goodness you're weird." You know, they're just joking around. Good chemistry between the characters. And the one thing the one thing I remember from the remake is that it just does not have that. Those two characters in that film are completely unforgettable, and no, they're completely forgettable, not unforgettable. They're completely forgettable in that film. Their acting is terrible. Their characters are very, very dull. Nothing to their characters. No chemistry. You know, just very, very terrible characters in that film. But in here, you got good chemistry between them. You know, funny moments. There's a lot of humor to the, not like over the top humor, but there's little humorous moments in the film of the characters, you know, interacting and having a little bit of fun with their roles. And I love the idea behind the fog. I mean, you found there was basically this legend about this crew of pirates, pretty much. They had this golden treasure, and it pretty much, I think it got lost or it got stolen. I can't remember if it got lost or stolen, but what I do know is that the pirates are pretty much these people. And in the film, they're pretty creepy looking. I mean, they're wearing pirate gear, but you don't really see them that much. And you know what you do see is like a rotting corpse and very, very disgusting designs. If you see them up close, they're really rotting and stuff like that. But pretty creepy looks for the pirates in this film. You know, covered in freaking like algae and stuff like that. And pretty much these pirates have died. And every time, I guess it reaches a certain date. I can't remember the date either, but I do know that when it does reach a certain date, they pretty much rise from this fog that comes in, this mysterious fog. And the fog has a good look to it. It's definitely a character within the film. The fog plays a big role in this film, and it's well shot. It looks like a really creepy fog, and it adds a little bit of creepiness to the film because these people will be inside this fog and they don't know where to go. And it is a creepy idea if you think about it because you can't see in front of you, you can't see anywhere around you, and there are these these ghosts and stuff around you, and you can't see them. And it's definitely a creepy idea. And these ghosts show up. It's this date again. They kill a couple people out on this boat in the sea. You know, this one guy gets held up in the air and stabbed in the head. People getting hooks like right here. A guy getting stabbed by a sword. And you meet the characters, you know, Stevie Wayne, smooth jazz DJ. She's playing some smooth jazz, having fun with the role. And you've also got, I believe his name was it Charles Cyphers? I can't remember if it was, I really can't remember if it was Charles Cyphers. But it was pretty much the same. Yeah, Charles Cyphers playing Dan O'Bannon. And he pretty much is from Halloween, the original film. And, you know, he's hitting on Stevie Wayne, and, you know, Stevie Wayne says there's a fog coming in, and he goes, there's no, and basically they found that the fog is going against the wind, so it's very mysterious, and basically this fog rolls in, things start happening, you know, car alarms going off by themselves, stores, like items in stores are, you know, shaking and breaking and falling off shelves and stuff, and a lot of crazy stuff was happening, people getting killed and stuff like that. And pretty much these characters, Stevie Wayne, her son, and Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, as well as the Kathy Williams character and her assistant, they go to pretty much this church, and you know they're boarding up and putting things against the window and stuff like that. And there's that great scene where I believe a hand goes through a window, or I believe it's a door or something like that, and it's kind of like the poster. And these, you know, the pirates are breaking in. And you find out that this character, who's the pastor, he figured out that this cross that was inside the church was made out of gold. And it was made out of the gold that the pirates had stolen from them, or I think it was stolen from them. but it was the gold that had been stolen from the pirates. And he gives the gold to the pirates, and the pirates, you think that they accept it, and everything goes away. You think that Tom Atkins and Jamie Lee Curtis and them all survive, and then the pirates end up killing the pastor anyways, and then end of the movie. And the movie is just well done. I love the main theme of the movie. It's great. It's well shot, well directed, well acted, has great characters to it, has chemistry between the characters, which is, something that was not in that remake. But yeah, The Fog from 1980 is a film that is is definitely a classic, and it's well made, and it's a great film. And if you guys haven't seen The Fog yet, I recommend you guys watch it. It's a good movie. And yeah, so thanks for watching my review on The Fog. You guys will be seeing me again for the remake, which I gotta watch again, and I might do that review tomorrow. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on The Fog, and I will see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.